Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. I hope you all are doing well this morning. Yes, today is Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. And the time, let me see here, 7:16 a.m. Get my clock. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. My plug just came out. Yes, yes. Right now it is 7:17 a.m. in the morning. Sunrise begins at 7:18, and so I want to welcome uh, sunrise. Yes, yeah. This is a beautiful time. So this is dawn of the day. You guys know that I love early morning and the transitions from darkness to light and light to darkness. And as you see in the description, I just have two or three words in the description about life and death. And with the sunrise and sunset is uh, is a great analogy for the concept of life and death. Okay, now it is 7:18 a.m., so it's sunrise right now. Yeah, this direction is in the east where the sun will come out. Yes, but with the buildings and everything, you cannot see it. But yes, welcome sunrise, and that's the west over there. Has a slight glow in the horizon. Yes, I love this time of year, this time of day. Yes, welcome, 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 you all. Yeah. So, what I want to talk about? Yes, I want to talk about the concepts of life and death. Yes, not to be so maudlin, but I like to be real with my channel. Yeah, I like to be real. I speak from the heart. Ah, what I want to talk about? Um, what a very this year hits early in the new year, and I want to talk about some of the news that I've been hearing. But it's all good. No matter what happens to any of us people, um, your life is about learning. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, it's buffering already. Yeah, I think it's important to discuss. I have a feeling this year is really going to be a year of spiritual growth. And you may not like the lessons, you may not like what life shows you, but you cannot run from it. You cannot run from life in its full spectrum. Yes, for us to love life, you have to be able to accept. Look at the birds. You have to be able to accept the whole spectrum. We don't have to like it, but it's real. Um, yeah, this is really something. Um, Last night, I got a call from a family member to tell me that a neighbor that I grew up with had passed away. Yeah, he was a good neighbor. Um, yeah, he moved in, I think, in 1972. He became a neighbor around 1972 around. Very good man. Yeah, he passed away last week Thursday, almost a week ago. And he was, let's see, he could have been about 88 years old. He was very active, a very active man. Yeah, he played tennis. He was into tennis, and he's from Jamaica. And he bought the house. He had a wife. He became a widow. He was a widow for like over 30 years. Both of them very good people. And so I want to just say, give him honor that, he was good to our family. He would check on my a family, just put it as a family member, make sure that the person was okay. Uh, at home, just make, if the lights were not turned on, he would check on the person and, ring the bell, make sure they're okay because the lights didn't go on or something, or didn't go off or something like that. So he was a good neighbor. He was making sure that family member was okay. And he did this, I saw him last year, or I think it was early last year or the year before. And he would still do that, just check on, make sure everybody's okay. That was a good neighbor. So I just want to give him honor this morning, that be a good neighbor, you know. More power, Um, I sent him power and love this morning. Yeah, he was having. I was told that he was having a procedure done, and something happened, and cardiac arrest. That's how it was pretty much worded to me. Wow. Yes, you're a good neighbor. Thank you for knowing my family. Thank you for looking after us. Yes, people be good neighbors. Yeah, I'm really sad about that. And then the day before, so that was yesterday when I got that phone call. Then the day before, I was watching, just scrolling through the recommended videos that YouTube shares. And unfortunately, oh, another person had passed. I'm not going to give the name of the YouTuber, but she was a like alternative news reporter. She discussed about the politics. She was into what do you call QAnon, things like that. I'm not really into QAnon, but I like listening to her. She was an Asian woman. Um, she's from Singapore. She was born in Singapore, and she was very vivacious, very bold. She could have been in her 50s or 60s. And uh, what's really weird about her situation is she did videos the last week of, what's that, from the 20 December 23 to like the 28th of December of just, of last year, 2021. And she did say she wasn't feeling well. She would get like, she had fever, then she would get, what do you call it, chills, and then the fever would break. But it kept on repeating itself, the cycle. And she said she wasn't eating, she feels weak. And she said she would say this throughout her video from that's online from, the 23rd to the 28th, and that she was gonna, yeah, she lived in Florida, and she was to meet her fans to do a book signing in California. And unfortunately, she passed away in California. She was to go to California for the book signing on New Year's Day. I think she did do the New Year's Day thing, but I'm not certain. And by the 6th, she was gone. She did take a picture of herself in the hospital, and she had the ear, the face mask for for oxygen. When I saw that video, at first I thought someone was just pulling a bad joke. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. Welcome. Happy sunrise. Yes. Um, I thought it was a sick joke someone was doing. And then I went throughout the internet to investigate. And yeah, one of the people that she's often being interviewed, what do you call it, doing the live chats. Uh, yeah, he also announced that he had passed. But it's just very bizarre. The whole thing is very bizarre. The comments that people were saying. Now, it it could have been just in part a language barrier, because again, she is from Asia originally, and maybe some of the people who found out, maybe people from her country, and maybe when they were writing in the comment section on the videos about her, um, they didn't have a strong command of the written language, and so it came off awkward. I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Um, so it was just very bizarre. Yeah, she was heavily into like the political, politics. I mean, she wasn't a politician, but she'd talk about the things that's happened, what do you call it, the cabal and all that. She was heavily into that. And she'll have interviews with people. Very, very strong personality. And she was fun to listen to. I love, you know, uh, videos they have that are more conversational. That's what I like. So she just talk, and you just feel like, you're with somebody that you know, and you just listen. So I'm very sad to hear of her passing. Um, yeah, the YouTube community. I mean, the cyber world. It seems like people aren't really meeting one another. They, we seem to all be engaged with the internet, with our devices. And again, I'm doing this live stream on my iPad. But I love to talk to people one on one. But this is what it is. And so the cyber world is now a big part of our reality, how we interact with people. Because now you could live on one side of the world. Here, this woman who passed on January 6th, 2022. I've never met her. Um, but she was living in Florida, and here I'm up in New York City, and you could still communicate, with the what do you call it, the chat room when a live stream is going on. It's very exciting. So when someone passes, um, it's like losing a friend. If you were on their videos, watch their videos often. And, I'm just reminded also, about 7 months ago, there was another YouTuber. Now, um, with this other YouTuber that passed away, what's in, he, he was a businessman, and he was originally from upstate New York. And he traveled, and he had a lot of side businesses, and he encouraged people to move abroad, to move to Brazil. Actually, he had like one of his businesses was to help organize people who want to relocate from the U.S. to Brazil. He lived all over the world. He lived in Asia, and then his final home was Brazil. And so he was encouraging primarily Black America. He was a black man, very buff, uh, very savvy. And how I learned about this individual, I know I'm not giving any names. I'm still kind of shy about giving names of people over on the internet. That's just how I am. One thing is like a public figure. That's something else. But in general, I like to keep it. more private about, because I don't want any misunderstandings, whatever. And it's just how I am. Um, but let's see, yeah, I found out about him through another YouTuber who did take the plunge. She was from Florida. She's from New York originally, then moved to Florida, and then from Florida, she moved to Brazil with her children and pets. And she made the announcement that she did the relocation and told how she did it through the advice of this man who unfortunately passed away. Yeah, he, let's see, what was that now? I looked up, she gave the name of the individual, and then I checked it out on YouTube to find his channel. Brilliant fellow, brilliant. I really enjoyed the interviews that he did with other people who like to travel. There were other, black YouTubers. And so I guess why I'm mentioning these stories, um, that's the YouTube world, the cyber world, and the black community. This is how we're connecting. We may not be able to be with, we may not live where they live, but technology has permitted us to meet cyberly, and they could share information that could help us. It's a plus and a minus. It's a plus because you're able to get information out, and if all of us live in different locations, you could give warnings. Hey, this is happening in such and such town. Oh, this is going well here. Yeah, I encourage you all to move over here. It's doing good. Things like that. So it's a way for us to communicate and it inform us when things might be, what the politics, what's going on. Yeah, we need to know what each other is going through. It's good to know that you're not alone. And so for me, with YouTube, it's just a way that we could communicate, especially during this pandemic, as it's called. Yes, with the pandemic, it's, here in New York City, right now it's about 21 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've been indoors quite a bit since New Year's. I went out once this year, uh, 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, with my dogs. We went to Central Park, that's up this way, straight ahead. Um, yeah, it was not that cold. It might have been in the 30s, considering, because now it's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. And the likelihood I probably stay indoors, if it starts to warm up, I want to bring my dogs out with me. Yeah, my dogs are small. Those who have been watching my channel, I have little dogs. They're like 10 to 12 pounds, and the three little ones. And so I don't want them, to get, I don't want them to get sick going outside. I have them in the stroller, and when I get to the park, I take them out the stroller and they will walk a little bit. But I think, you know, it's might be just too cold for them. You know, I don't want them to get, a, a cold, whatever, and I don't want to get sick either. And have learning about these people who are passing, my next door neighbor and those two YouTubers, um, it makes you, and these were people who were healthy, especially the one that lived in Brazil. He was like a weightlifter. I mean, he was buffed and everything, and really sharp mind. Seemed to be into health, very active. He did martial arts also. And to learn that, yeah, he passed away from COVID. Um, and in one of his videos, it was a couple of months before his passing, that YouTuber passed away the last week of June of 2021. And the other YouTuber that I watch, she arrived in Brazil shortly after his passing, and that's when she didn't have a chance to meet with him. They were supposed to meet when she arrived in Brazil. He helped her with the relocation, the info. So she shared the information. She was very sad about it. Um, So yeah, it was really no warning. When you look on the individual's channel, the man that passed away in Brazil, in one of the videos, he was coughing, and then he said that well, he was sleeping with the window open and he caught a draft. That's what he said. But outside of that, everything seemed okay. You know, the other YouTuber that lived in Florida, the Asian woman, that she was clearly sick, her health. She said, look, I'm not well, I'm very weak. She wasn't eating for 4 days, and she says, it should get better. She should not have traveled from Florida to California for the book signing. Sorry about that. Yeah, especially when you travel, your body is very, even if you're healthy, and when you travel from East Coast to West Coast, it could be problematic. I mean, I'm not trying to shame her. I really feel badly. But it's teaching us that, we have to be careful with our health. These seemed like really vibrant individuals. And I just had a birthday. I'm 59 years old now. And when things like this happen, you really start to think. You think you're going to live forever, you know? And when you see that people, whether they were just people from YouTube that you know, or actual people that you uh, live next door to, it's just a reality check. A reality check to embrace yourself, embrace those people in your life. Yeah, life and death, and everything in between. These are times, it's just so bizarre for me, this whole thing. The pandemic, again, this is New York City, they're cracking down on, what do you call it, the jab. I'm not going to get it. Yeah, that's also what I wanted to talk about, to be very careful how I word it. Yeah, people, your health is your own business. Your health between you and your doctor. It's like I feel that they're taking away our rights and imposing their standard of health care without even really knowing you and your health. And that's the problem I have with this whole 2-year epic. It's making people scared of one another. We have to walk around with a covering, and you can't see people's smiles. There's no smile. And so people may not feel safe, so you're in a constant state of fear. I said, no, I don't want this. I didn't come into this world to live in fear. Yeah, this is life and death, right? And the full spectrum. But I choose I choose happiness. That's what I want for myself and for everyone out here. Yeah, don't get distracted. See, they want us distracted about caring for each other. They want you locked in home. They want you afraid of your neighbor. People are just stressing out. Yeah, this is a new system. They're trying to initiate a new world system. And they want to pit the two people together. I mean, this is a real duality world. Duality meaning extremes, light and dark, up and down, east, west. They're now pitting together people who want to do the medical, the recommendations versus those who don't want to do the recommendation. And they're fighting each other. Now, I always thought one's health was their business. But now, it's being used as politics. Could you imagine? I would not have imagined anything like this to occur. That your status, whether you're a good or bad person, the person that lived in Florida, the woman, the Asian woman. Now, I was going to say now. They're saying like, people were saying comments about her passing and being critical of, like they're making you into a bad person if you didn't get a particular thing done. I'm being very careful here how I'm wording it. And so if you don't get that certain thing done, you're a bad person. Horrible. This whole thing is, we're becoming insensitive. We're not being human anymore. Someone passing, no one chooses, no one who's in their right mind wants to die. No one in their right mind say, hey, I want to do this so I can die. No, not if you're in your right mind. Why are we being so insensitive? If someone chooses a particular medical protocol versus others who do not. This is no different. I mean, let's say from 2018 and back, people got colds and flus, right? And what did you do? You stay at home. You try to do certain things, right? No different. But now all of a sudden, everybody's in everybody's business regarding their health, and not even knowing how something's going to respond in their body. This is what I'm concerned about. That the judgment call, it's like a new, how do you call it? It's a new hate. Like before it was about race or religion or nationality. Now it's if you get the thing in your arm or not. And then people will judge you. Just like those other things, like racism or nationalism or religions. Boy, I can't believe this. And many of us are just falling for it and want to just fight people. People are losing their mind. We need to come together. That's my point of doing this video. Yeah, there's life and death and everything in between. But choose life. Choose humanity. Choose humanity, people. No matter what the system imposes on its citizens and its guests, choose to be human. Choose love over hatred. We need to come together. If we don't come together, that's when we're divided. And it's this division that the system wants. They want us divided so that they can control us. This whole thing is about control. It's not about health. It's about controlling people. They want to take over the planet to a socialist slash communist regime where your life is dependent on the system of this control. And some people might think, oh, you just follow the rules. Just follow the rules and you'll be okay. No. I used to live in a situation years ago, over 20 years ago. And I too thought back then that, oh, you just follow the rules. You just do what they tell you to do, and it shouldn't be any problem. You're just a troublemaker. Well, I had a wake-up call when this individual was overstepping themselves and was trying to intimidate me and to impose his will. And when I reported the situation, oh yeah, he lied about it. And that's when I realized why the other people were responding to him and these others in a certain way. See, they knew what those individuals were while I was blinded to it. And I was blinded because I was busy with my own life, trying to get my situation in order. And then one day, it kind of collided. Or how about the incident that happened 7 weeks ago? I told you guys it was November 24th. I got physically attacked by this woman. Now I support our police officers in the sense that I support anybody. Was in the military. I'm a veteran. And it's similar. The military, the police. You wear uniforms and you have a bunch of rules and you do assignments. But it's not about true military or true policing. It's not about being a bully. It's not about um, uh, imposing your will upon others. That is a corruption. Those who do that. But the incident that happened to me, the police pretty much took the side of the person that attacked me. The person that attacked me was a white female. And the person turned out to, according to the police, to be schizophrenic. It was a young woman and attacked me. Yeah, I got hurt, but not seriously. But when I saw the reaction of the cop, there were three white male cops and one Hispanic female cop. And it was one of the white men, was very, wow. See, when he showed his true colors, that cop, I realized I got firsthand experience what other people are experiencing with regard to the policing in the inner cities, in the urban areas. You can follow the rules, pay your taxes, right? Be a good girl or good boy, right? And then whammo, when it came down to me being protected by the police, it was such a disappointment. Yeah, I'm supposed to pick up the police report tomorrow, actually. I don't know whether I want to get it. I mean, you have to make an appointment, and sorry, my battery's getting low, so I won't stay on too long. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll get it. You have to make an appointment now, since with the pandemic, things are very rigid, and everything is by appointment. So this appointment was to take 7 weeks for me to just get the police report. I'm afraid to see what this police officer wrote. Yeah, they didn't arrest the woman. They considered what she did to me harassment. To be hitting your chest with all your might is not an assault, according to the police officer, but harassment. And so we're just gonna just send it to the hospital. Kid you not, people. I kid you not. And when I told the police officer she attacked two other people, not just me, then he puts his hand by my face and waves it in my face. No, 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 no. Don't, like that. I couldn't believe it. So this is again about wake-up calls, that it is a learning lesson. I don't have to like the lessons, but this is a lesson that that life can present itself something that you did not expect. Who expects to get assaulted by anybody, physically assaulted by a crazy person with a schizophrenia or whatever? Who would expect that? Who would expect that you're a strong, healthy individual, YouTuber, and then the next thing you know that they died from this pandemic or anything? So I say that this is life, and it's going to shake us. This year is probably going to be a very, very challenging year. But I tell you this though, no matter what's thrown to you, and I talk to myself as I say this, not just you. I'm talking to me also, that you're a good person. You're a human being. Never forget your humanity. And that every situation is a learning experience. And to try to stay focused in keeping your humanity. They want us to become robotic. They want us to hurt one another. But don't do that. Reach for spirituality. True spirituality. This is what's going to sustain us, no matter what they do, no matter if they try to relocate people, those who don't want to adhere to certain rules with regard to their bodies, and put us in concentration camps, because they might try to do that. But keep your humanity no matter what. And if anything happens to any of us, you know that you did your best. You know that you stood your ground and that you didn't compromise. Yes, love yourself and love your neighbor, because one day you'll need that neighbor. Be a good neighbor and keep your humanity. That's my message regarding life and death. It is a learning lesson. And yes, we'll be challenged, and we may do things that we didn't expect that we would ever do or think. But it's okay. It is okay. Look in that mirror and say, I love you. Tell yourself that you love yourself every morning. And when we mess up, you get back up. You say you're sorry, whatever, about the situation, and do better. Yeah, this is a school for everybody. Yeah. I love life. I want to love it more. That's also what I want for this year, for all of us. True life. True life. Embrace it. Embrace your children if you have children. If you have pets, embrace your pets. If you have family, if you can reconcile with your family. Yeah. So that's my message today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too maudlin, but I felt it was necessary. And I always talk from the heart, how I feel. Yeah, so peace, love, and honor to those people who passed away. My neighbor, uh, those two YouTubers who passed away that I watched. Yes, peace, love, and power be unto you. And peace, love, and power to those who are listening and sharing this live stream with me. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time, okay? Make sure you stay hydrated. You know me and my message about staying hydrated. Stay hydrated, people, and be good to yourself. Start cooking your own food. Cook some of that comfort food during these cold winters. It's 21 degrees out there right now. Okay? Yes, thank you again. Have a great Wednesday. Bye bye.